And on the Hago app to this tour, it said, stream failed. Go back and try again. So I did. I went back and tried again and again and again until here I am here. And here are you. Let me just have a look at you, see who's here. Pardon me while I scroll. Oh my God, look, do you mind? I'm being upstaged again. Oh, yeah, hello, darling. Please sit down. Please just, come on, get your own spot to sit somewhere, please, not just here. Deb, oh God, my cat doesn't like being ignored. Hello, Deb. Hello, Susan and Alexa and Betsy. Hello, Roy and Maggie, Marianne and Chelsea and Karina from Correct the Cut and another Beverly, Trisha, Sean, Erin. Marianne saying hello to everyone, hello to you, and hello to everyone else, of course, yes. And Anne gave me a follow. That'll look nice from my last screenshot of my Hago page, won't it? And Mike, thank you. And Mike, Lady Kitty. And you're still in the cheese shop. Oh, lucky you, lucky you, Mike. I've got one more tour yet, and about fairies to tell you everything you need to know about fairies. I've been experimenting with this light. It's been odd. That might be better. Hello, Nicole. Hang on. See, this is what I like to have the preview first for. When you turn it on, you get a preview when you can adjust the lights. It's a very grey day out there in Melbourne, and I thought I might be able to better without any light at all. Yeah, I think you're right, Anne. Ah, do you, Marianne? It's an amazing mystical world of the Fae, and better with cheese. Yes, we'll come to cheese when we're talking about the trolls here, Mike. But I'm just letting you all settle down, and I'm settling down. Especially when I see a sign saying stream failed. I thought, oh no, no, not on on my second last tour. But I'm settling down with a cuppa. Oh, I do like a cuppa before I start anything, but a cuppa's really nice with a chat. Hello, Natasha. Now I'm going to sneeze. I don't sneeze. Telling myself, do not sneeze. And Zoe. Hello to you, Zoe. It's good to have a name that not many other people have at all. Trying to trying to get where these reflections are. You're having a cup of tea too, that's good. Or a cuppa of something. Hello to another Mike. And I hope you're all ready to hear about trolls. Trolls. Oh God. In fact, have you have your slates and chalk ready? Your notebook and a pen, a pencil, a crayon, it doesn't matter, because I think you'll need to take some notes so that you're safe in the future and you are protected from the trolls. If I lean in, lean down, lean around, no matter what I do, we have this here. And Beth, Kentucky guide, the guide from Kentucky. Hello, Beth. And Annette, guide in California. Evening to you and evening to you, Annette. It's lunchtime for me. Lunchtime on Monday, Easter Monday. Hi, my dear. That's a friendly welcome and a lovely hello. And you have your rose pink notebook ready. That's good, Marianne. Now, someone else. Who was that? Linda. Hello, Linda. I nearly missed you. And Penny Lane Solstice Moonbeam. My little cat's just called Quinn. My word. 10 o'clock for you. Yes, well. And 4 a. Oh, Nicole, 4 a.m. 4 a.m. But still, this is important. This is important. And Hayward, Howard, Hayward. I'm I'm not sure how you pronounce your name, Hayward, so I hope I'm not offending you by mispronouncing it. 10 p.m. in New England, not too late. Well, it certainly beats the 4 a.m. 4 a.m., that time that clock goes around at 4 a.m., that's when you're liable to come across some trolls. So be very, very careful out there. Oh, my word. Yeah, just watch yourself and be very careful. 7 p.m. in Oregon, all those different time zones across the continent there of North America. I'm in the Australian Eastern Time here. Australian Eastern Standard Time. 7 p.m. in Oregon and 7 p.m. in Vancouver. That's a fair way behind me, isn't it? From 12 noon, 12, that's 19 hours. 19 hours is a long time to be apart. I am in the future. I am in the future. And trolls are in your future. They're not just in your past. They're very much in the present, but I am indeed in your future. 2 p.m. yesterday, Natalie, and 3 a.m. in England. Oh dear. Spring is budding. It's autumn here for me, Marianne. Still January. You are a fair way behind there, Mike. But no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And trolls don't care what time zone you live in, because I want to tell you about trolls. And Dina, that looks like everybody. And as for my hat, I'll explain about the hat a little later on, because the hat's very important. Actually, I'll tell you now why make you hang around on tenterhooks. I'm wearing this hat out of deference to Odin, Odin All-Father. You know, the father of all those Scandinavian gods, the ruler up there. And hoping, I'm hoping that he will notice that I'm wearing this hat, that I'm showing him some respect, and it's sort of like a good luck charm. So I got my good luck Odin hat, my good luck Freya charm. So I should be safe from trolls. You've got to be really careful. Talking about trolls could be enough to make them notice me. Yes, I like my Freya too. She's lovely. AJG, you're just in time as we start telling you the truth about trolls. And I'm going to tell you straight away. The truth about trolls is ugly. Yes, ugly. Trisha and Marilyn and Maggie and Honda. The truth about trolls. Zoe, my dear, my darling dear, and Sus. Thank you for that tip, Zoe. I saw that leap up just as the tour starts. She gives the tip. Oh, that's a dedicated Voyager. And CH George. Yes, as I said, the truth is ugly because trolls are ugly. Now, Natasha has left a tip too. Well, this will keep the trolls away from you, Natasha and Zoe. I can tell you right now, this is, and you need to keep them away from you because trolls are ugly, vicious, malicious creatures, the offerings, who have never, ever been friends to humans, ever. You might hear sometimes about, a troll that was sort of vaguely, almost friendly to humans. Don't be fooled. They're not. And if by chance, or by some terrible mischance, and naturally with their roots in Ukraine, left a tip as well. Oh, you gorgeous girls, look at you all. If by chance you bump into a troll, oh my God, I hope this never happens to you. I hope this never happens to you. But if by some terrible quirk of fate you bump into a troll, and for one shocked moment, you can see the long, warty nose, the awful red rimmed eyes, the slavering mouth, and you may also notice he has more than one head, because they can have more than one head. Trolls are sort of huge, mossy, ugly creatures, horribly, terribly ugly, and they're strong, horribly, terribly strong. And don't forget, they eat you. Trolls eat people. Beware of your trolls. Horrible creatures. Trolls, of course, come from Norway. Different groups of fae creatures come from various parts of the world. Trolls come from Norway. Elves are in Iceland. Goblins are in Germany. And brownies, of course, are Scottish. Fairies you'll find just about everywhere. But trolls are in Norway. There are two sorts of trolls. There are cave trolls and there are mountain trolls. The cave trolls are sort of, I think it is the one from Where the Wild Things Are. Annette. You would know, Annette. Cave trolls are sort of not very big. They're only about as big as we are. They've sort of got a round belly, round, fat belly, and short, stubby arms and legs. You see cave trolls with Queen Elsa, whereas woodland trolls, the trolls of the mountain are a different kettle of fish again. And there's the nice Norwegian saying for you, kettle of fisk, which means, oh, that's another kettle of fish. Before 1850, Norway and Sweden were wild, wild woods and wild, wild mountains, wild, wild country. And there were plenty of trolls. Trolls are plenty then. But now times have changed and these countries have become industrialized and settled everywhere. There are big cities now. So the trolls have retreated to the wilder mountains, to the higher mountains as far as they can go. They're still there. They're still there waiting for you. No, Nicole, my roots are Irish. Here are some Swedish people dressed up as trolls to put the real trolls at their ease by saying, look, we're dressing up like you. For those trolls up there who used to live around those wilder areas before those countries became too industrialized for them, their happiest moments were spent, blighting the crops, stealing a goat, and sometimes exchanging their ugly troll babies for bonny human babies. But now, of course, they just hide in the mountains waiting for you. Now, the thing is with trolls, you can get the better of them, you can trick them. I want to tell you about a young lad here called come here, darling, where are you? Called Ashkelon. Now, Ashkelonit was, as these stories go, and if you know anything about fairy stories, and I know many of you do, is the youngest son of a woodcutter, and the woodcutter needed money to pay his landlord bills and pay for stuff, and he had to cut more wood, and he was getting old and he couldn't do it. So he sent his eldest son out to the forest to get some more wood and get some more money for him so they could stay alive. And his oldest son came back and said, "No, no, Pa, I have nothing. I couldn't get anything." So the second son went out, same story, couldn't get anything, no, nothing. And as always, the youngest son, the last son, the youngest son went out there. Now, Ashkelon went prepared. He went prepared for trolls because he knew there were trolls out there. He knew that. So he carried his knapsack and some cheese because he's a smart thinker. And you think, why would he take a knapsack and cheese? I want to show you a Swedish knapsack. Well, something like this. I mean, it's a big thing. The Swedish knapsack. But Ashkelon, of course, was Norwegian, but they had the same knapsacks, just a couple of miles across the mountains. And he had some cheese, and here's some beautiful Norwegian cheese. Yes, it is brown. This particular Norwegian cheese is brown. Anyway, Ashkelon was there, out there, trying to chop some wood, and all of a sudden, what comes along but the troll? A great, big, ugly, horrible troll. And he said, "Oh, here's a nice little fat blonde boy for me to eat." And Ashkelon said, "No, no, you've got me wrong. I'm very strong." And then with that, he picked up his cheese and he squeezed the cheese in his hand. He just squeezed the cheese, and all the whey ran out of the cheese. And he said, "See, I can crush rocks whenever I like. The cheese is brown. It looks like a rock. Well, it does to a troll." So the troll thought, "Gosh, this young chap's quite strong." So he said, "Well, come back to my place and have some dinner with me." And Ashkelon said, "Yeah, okay, okay," and knowing that a troll has a hoard of gold and silver. So he went back to the troll's house, and the troll said, "Look, I'll look after the fire. Will you go and get a couple of buckets of water down at the spring down there?" And when Ashkelon looked at the buckets, he knew he couldn't even pick them up, much less with water. So he said, "Oh, look, easy for me just to bring the whole spring back to the house." And the troll thought, "Well, I don't want a spring in my house." "Oh, okay," he said, "I'll go down to the spring and get the water. You keep your eye on the fire." So while he was gone, Ashkelon got his knapsack and put it inside his shirt. Now remember this, he put his knapsack inside his shirt. And then when the troll got back and they started eating the porridge that had been cooked, Ashkelon said, "Let's have an eating contest. I bet I can eat more than you." And the troll looked at him. He thought, "No, he can't. I'm 10 times his size." But Ashkelon was spooning things down his shirt into his knapsack. And of course, the troll's trying to keep up and keep up and keep up. And after a while, Ashkeland's knapsack got full. So he pulled out a knife and he whipped the knapsack through his shirt. He said, "Now I've made more room, I can fit some more porridge in. Why don't you try the same?" And the troll, thinking that, the boy had just cut up in his own stomach, he thought, "I'll do that," because trolls aren't all that clever. You can fool them, you can trick them, you need a bit of guile. So the troll tried that, whipped up his own stomach. Next thing, he's dead. Well, who cares? He was a troll and he wanted to eat Ashkelon. Instead, he killed himself. So Ashkelon picked up the gold and silver, went home, gave it to his pa, and said, "There you are, far, not part, far. Here's some gold and silver. You can pay off all the rent you owe. In fact, you can buy the shack and you can pay someone else to go and chop the wood for you." And that's how you can fool a troll. They are terrible beasties. I missed a lot of chat there, but I did see Cheryl from West Virginia arrive. Nice to see you, Cheryl. Yes, there she is. And Annette was wondering who put the trolls first on Facebook. Those people on Facebook that we call trolls are just so awful that they're called trolls. They're not real trolls. If they were real trolls, they'd be eating you. They wouldn't be writing on Facebook. Right. Trolls of the mountains. I want to show you some trolls in the mountains. Here's one, a great, huge, mossy, ugly giant. Now remember what he looks like. That's a troll. If you see that, run. Run as fast as you can. And I said, sometimes trolls have more than one head. As if one's not bad enough, you get two. Oh, for heaven's sake, it's enough to... Look, seriously. No, he's big as a small hill. Yes, they're horribly, terribly ugly, Cheryl. Terribly ugly. Here's one leaping out of the ocean. Oh, God. If your legs haven't turned to jelly and your bowels to water, run. Run. Be careful when you're sleeping, Marianne, that there aren't trolls outside your window. Just waiting for you to sleep so they can leap in and eat you. Trolls. Oh, they're horrible creatures. They are no friends to us. They do not like us except for their dinner. Well, yes, cute. No, they're not cute. They think we're cute because we're cute enough to eat. Mm, those long, warty noses and slavering jaws that they have. There's one other way you can trick a troll. In case you're no, trolls are not vegan. One of the ways you can trick a troll. But if you go into the forest, you go for a tramp in the forest, take a knapsack with you and take some cheese, some brown cheese so that it looks like a rock. But if you can't do that, you can get a troll out into the sun. Trolls like to talk, or they like to listen. They're great chatters. So, and a troll comes up and tries to grab you there in the middle of the forest, keep him talking. Keep him talking and talking and talking. Hello, Barry. Hello, Lawrence. Keep him talking and talking. And then before he knows it, the sun has come up. The sun turns them to stone. In fact, all over Norway, there are many places where a troll has been turned to stone. Oh, I'm glad that one's in stone. Here's a creepy one. I told you they can come out of the sea. They don't feel the cold. Well, they come from North Norway up in the forest. No, they don't feel the cold. Well, not like we do. So all over North Norway you will find trolls who have turned to stone because they got caught in the sun by some traveller keeping them talking and chatting until the sun came up. There's a good one. Troll like he's still listening to the story before he was turned into stone. I have another stone one, this one in the waterfall. There's the troll caught in the waterfall. So what you do is when you're tramping, hiking through the woods of North Norway, knowing there are trolls there, take a sun lamp with you. You probably need a solar powered sun lamp because there's nowhere to plug it in. I'm warning you now, there's no outlet. So you've got to take a solar powered sun lamp or battery powered and make sure your batteries are charged because you're going to need it to shine the sun lamp on the troll. So if you're very brave, very courageous, and you have a sun lamp and a knapsack and some brown cheese, you'll be fine. But you see, what happens is there's a phrase in Norwegian that says gone to the mountains. It translates as gone to the mountains. And it's similar in English to taken by the fairies. I don't mean away with the fairies, I mean taken by the fairies, gone to the mountains. Because once upon a time, although it still happens, but once upon a time it was so common that travellers would go walking through the forests of Norway, minding their own business, going on a little tramp, enjoying the outdoors. You know, they're hardy people, the Norwegians, very, very hardy. And they would be taken by a troll. Pretty sad, but that's what happened. In fact, right up until the middle of the 19th century, Swedish churches kept a register of people who were taken by trolls, and they had a lot of them taken by trolls. Now, you might think, and other people might think, that maybe it wasn't trolls, that maybe these travelers, maybe they just got lost, or maybe they were eaten by bears, but they weren't. They were taken by trolls. And I'm not going to argue with the Swedish church. If they reckon they were taken by trolls, they were taken by trolls. That's enough. I'm not going to argue with their priests and pastors and whatever they're called. Sorry. But one thing, sometimes some travellers going on a pleasant hike through the woodlands at midnight, as one does, they would get away from the troll, either by tricking him in some way or by talking to him till the sun came up. And then they'd return back where they came from after being missing for a couple of days. And they would have lost that couple of days and they would have lost their memory of those couple of days. This sort of amnesia. What happened? I don't know what happened. I think, I don't know. Couple of days missing from my life. That was because of the trolls. When you get away from a troll, you lose your memory. But I really want to say quickly here, dear Voyager, very quickly, if you're tramping through the forest and you get lost for a couple of days and you lose your memory, that does not necessarily mean that you were taken by the trolls. Not at all. This means you got lost and now you found your way back. That's life. That's the way it goes. I shall tell you quickly about Beyond, little Beyond. Beyond lived in a beautiful little township, in a lovely little township, in a little hut near the mountains, just there, with his grandmother, very happily. He was a nice boy. He was a good boy, Beyond, a bit mischievous, and his job was to look after the sheep on top of the mountain. Where are the sheep on top of the mountain? There are the sheep on top of the mountain. And up there, one day he was very bored and he said, I wonder what will happen if I call Troll. So we called that Troll, Troll, Troll. And all of the townsfolk kept running up and because there was no troll. And he laughed, little Bjorn laughed. And he thought, that was funny, I'll do it the next day. So the next day he called out, Troll, Troll, Troll. And everyone kept running, ran up to get him. No troll. And his grandmother said, don't do that, Beyond, because people will get sick of it. They'll wake up, you're having a joke. You never know what might happen. And the third day, Beyond went up there, top of the mountain with his sheep, and he called out, Troll, Troll. And he turned around, and there was a real troll, a real troll. And he's calling out, help me, Troll, Troll. And of course, no one came. And that's the story of the boy who cried, Troll, which is similar to the boy who cried wolf. Yes, Beth, our Kentucky guide. I think I saw Chandra from Bali come in there too. Hello to you, Chandra. I want to show you a troll that's sort of friendly, and you may know these trolls. They're Danish in origin. They were very popular once. The little troll dolls. I used to have one. You did. You had some, Beth. Yeah, they were quite cute, sweet little trolls, and make us not afraid of them. You did too, Cheryl from West Virginia. I bet you dusted it too, Cheryl. You're such a hard worker. Betsy had one, and Mariette. Looks like many of us had little troll dolls. Some of them were quite sweet. But these are dolls, Voyager. These are dolls. They're not trolls. They are not trolls. They are dolls. Okay, they're called troll dolls. Yes, they did have cute little belly buttons, you're right, but they were dolls. Because don't get sucked in with this. Trolls are real. Trolls are ugly. Trolls are malicious. And trolls will eat you. Beware of trolls. Stay well away from them. We want nothing to do with trolls. Nothing. In the Orkneys, which is a little bit further away there from Norway, from northern Norway. Oh, well, I can't find the Orkneys for you, but don't worry about it. You don't need to see the Orkneys. They have trolls in the Orkneys. They call them trows. And trows live in barrows on tops of the hill. Now, there's a barrow on top of the hill there. Trolls, in the Orkneys, trolls live in those. And if you know what the Orkneys are like, they are like this lovely place in the Orkneys. That's Brolgar's ring in the Orkneys. And the guide One of our Hago guides took me there. It was wonderful. Pam, her name was, from the Orkneys. But don't go near them because they're trolls. Avoid trolls. They might be called trowels in the Orkneys, but they are trolls, and you avoid trolls like crazy. Like, just stay away from them. I'm going to tell you about a very famous troll. Now, this is a very famous troll. Well, a troll of ill fame. I mean, a troll is a troll. Just because they get famous doesn't mean they're nicer. Yes, they did, Trisha. They did once belong to Norway. I didn't see you come in, so hello to you. A belated hello. So that troll, you may remember the story of that troll. This is the troll, and it is the oldest poetry in the English language. And for people who don't have English as their first language, you would still surely know this oldest literary work. It's possibly 8th century, maybe ninth century, hard to tell because there's touches of Christianity in it. And Nicole has hit the nail on the head because, yes, that old story is, of course, Beowulf, the hero, here played by Jared. Yeah, I had to read it. I had to read it in Old English, Beth, which was a little bit difficult, though. When you read it out loud, it's gorgeous. I've never forgotten the term. One of the terms used for Grendel was Shadowang, um, Shadowganga, Shadowganga. Shadow Walker, the Night Walker, Shadowganga. It sounds really scary because it's supposed to be, because it's about a troll, a very famous troll. And Beowulf, of course, being a hero after, some adventures, well, he ripped off his arm at one stage and he defeated Grendel and he killed Grendel. But of course, you know that story, Nicole. Out of the dark fen waters, there was another waiting. Grendel's mother. She's still out there somewhere. Trolls are still out there. Do not be fooled by people saying trolls are gone or trolls are just stories we tell children and we don't want to tell them scary stories anymore. Don't be fooled by it. A troll is a troll. Once a troll, always a troll. And I don't want to forget to remind you that this is not a troll. This is a neck, also up there in the wilds of Norway. A neck. And the neck is a fairy, a water fairy. Deadly, because fairies, as you know, can be deadly. Very, very deadly. And I'm talking about fairies tomorrow. So beware of your trolls. Stay away from them. Have nothing to do with them. Unless, of course, you're going to go on an RPG game or you're going to a fancy dress party. But I wouldn't tempt fate by even dressing up as a troll because I was afraid that a troll, well, they'd find out. I don't care if they're in Norway and I'm here in the bottom right hand corner of Australia. They know they are fey and they will know. Stay away from trolls. And if you see them, gnomes are in mainly in Germany like goblins, but they can travel around a bit. They've gone over to the island of Britain as well, the islands of Britain. But trolls are the ones to look for, and we are talking about trolls here today, Dave. I always meant I was going to run a tour about, I was going to call it goblins, gnomes, and dwarves, but no time. No time at all, I'm afraid. So I hope that you've taken notes because questions will be asked. Now, I'm going to ask you now, how do you, thank you, Zoe, how do you protect yourself when you're tramping through the wild woods of Norway in the very far north? Now, you tell me how do you protect yourself? Brown cheese, yes, brown cheese. A torch, a sun lamp, and keep them talking till the sun comes up. That's right, Cheryl. And Tricia in Adelaide says, yes, the sun lamp. Solar light, brown cheese, and Maggie's going to be there tomorrow for the fairies and the naps. No, not Pop Tarts. Oh, I don't think a healing stone obsidian necklace would work either, Marion. No, Mike, not Pop Tarts. Trolls want to eat you, not a Pop Tart. To tell you the truth, I don't even know what a Pop Tart is. You only have to outrun them. Yes, you have to outrun them. Well, the Pop Tarts are for you, but it's not going to make you, it's not going to keep a troll away from you. Oops, who is with me? What, you're going to sacrifice your travelling companion, Annette? Well, well, I'm telling you, if you want to survive, you know, sometimes difficult decisions have to be made if you're going to survive a night out in the Norwegian forest full of trolls. You could take someone short and fat who couldn't run very fast, like me, but then I wouldn't go because I'm not going anywhere near trolls. And that is why, as I said, I'm wearing my Odin style hat. If you Google Odin Allfather, you'll see he always wears a floppy hat and he carries a staff. I've got my walking stick over there. I was going to hold it up for you, but the cat knocked it off the table. Marianne, you say the loveliest things. Yes, the random Tuesday night can be a tricky one. I'm fully aware of that, Annette. Fully aware of that. I find that random Saturday nights are the worst. But we get through, we get through. And don't forget, you don't have to go around praying to Odin for heaven's sake. Well, I certainly don't. But I reckon if you saw the hat on me, it'd say, that lady is showing me respect. I'll make sure, well, I'll try and make sure that the trolls stay away from her. Yes, your walking stick becomes a running stick, and so it should, Mike. Well, you could pray to Freya. Well, call her up. Freya, the lady. I saw some people come in right towards the end. They must have been coming from somewhere else or on their way to on their way to somewhere else. And you've come in on the end of my tour, and I'm so sorry. You know, it's everyone's so many tours on at the moment. Someone here was at 4 a.m. Was that you, Nicole? Because it'd be 4:30 for you now. I think it was Nicole. She may have fallen. Yes, it was you. So it's 4:30 for you now. Work out how to edit some of the videos I have. And I'll have to do some others. It's not the same when it's live because I see your questions. I see your questions and I can answer them. Beverly P. Beverly, thank you so much for that tip. It is really, really encouraging. It really is. It makes me feel really good. In fact, all of my all of my voyages have been so good to me over the last 2.5 years. You've been fantastic, really fantastic and supportive, and I've been so nervous. I'm having trouble with the rickshaw app, Annette. I can't get round it. And besides, Annette, I think my days of walking tours are gone. the last couple of months. Well, all this year I've gone a steady downhill deterioration with my hips, HIPS things, and I'm not so crash hot on the walking anymore, but I can. You know how I feel. Thank you, Lorna. I'm sorry. I didn't even know you could do an Instagram live. That's something for me to check. Someone else was the same. Marianne was it? Yeah, Marilyn, the same. But I can always sit down and talk, can't I? Because I can always talk. No, older age does not come alone. And it's a grief in itself when I'm losing the ability to walk because I'm a great walker. I've always liked walking. I was a bushwalker. We called it bushwalking when I was a kid. I actually only joined I joined this group called the Catholic Bushwalking Club when I was 14. I joined it to meet the boys. And it was one group that my parents let me join. Yeah, Natasha, I've got rheumatoid arthritis. It's a disease, unfortunately. But I'm close on my eighth decade. My birthday very soon. So I'm sorry, Natasha, you're suffering from the osteo. But I am a great walker and I've walked all over the place. I walked across Sicily. I was very pleased with myself and very proud of myself. I walked across Sicily with Homer in my hand, following the trail of Ulysses, or Odysseus, whatever you want to call him. But these days, getting to the front door can be a problem, which is okay when I don't want to open it to a debt collector. Bad hip and bad back. Oh, yes, Cheryl, you have that trouble, don't you? Oh, yes, yes, I won't be on Hago for my birthday. What a shame. I was going to have a wild party and have dancing girls. No, dancing boys. Dancing boys. No, dancing, dancing pixies. I've had a lot of physical therapy, yes, Betsy. There's nothing else that can be done. No, never dancing trolls. No, no, no. Stay away from trolls, Mike. I know that you've got a little cutesy sense of humour there, and you're having a little bit of a joke, but trolls, don't joke about trolls. My birthday is the 1st of May, and May Day. Lovely. I've always said that May Day should be a holiday in Australia. And of course, because it's my birthday, it'd be great to have a holiday for my birthday, but they wouldn't have it for my birthday. They'd have it to fit in with all those countries in Europe that have May Day as a holiday. Yes, a fellow Taurus, indeed. And and Anne, we're related to Dancing Around the Maypole. Yes, I know there's May Day is quite a good holiday, and I've seen some fabulous processions and marches and demos, but happy celebrations of May Day. Yes, I will. I'll do that. Who said that? Natasha. I will, Natasha. You've inspired me now. You have inspired me. And your birthday's the day before yours. So your birthday's the 30th of April. That's a good day. I do have a YouTube, Zoe. Yes, I've had a YouTube for a number of years. I used to run it, I used to host websites and I trained people in using WordPress, though I haven't done that since 2018. Yes, Walpurgisnacht, yes. And a very special night that is. Some people say that's witches' night. It's not really witches' night, it's Walpurgis night. It's an important cross um, cross date on the wheel of the year. My YouTube is just called Susanna Duffy. And I have a buy me a coffee link somewhere there. I'm pretty sure it's on the YouTube, but I can't think where, I can't tell you where it is now. Someone asked me yesterday, and then, yes, I have a PayPal to a paypal.me. It's slash Susanna Duffy. I'm going to have to put something up that you can actually look at, and because you don't go, sort of subscribing without looking at anything, because then, you know, yes, you have to, don't let them think you're a bot. But talking of bots, I think I am Trisha. Better check. There were so many groups suddenly sprung up. What's that, Annette, that you just hit there? What's that link? Is that yours? Ah, was that mine? Mine. Mine. Okay, well, we look forward to May Day and we hope um, there'll be something for you to look at on YouTube. I've got a couple of tours there. Well, not tours, but they're commercials, advertisements for tours, which I won't do now, of course, without Hago. But I've got, you can have a look at those. They only go for 2 minutes, some of them less than 2 minutes, where I say, hey, come down to the market with me, amigos. And you can look at that. Yeah, but if you subscribe, YouTube will think you're a bot unless you have a look at one of those little short, quick damn things. There's a puffing Billy, and but they're quick. They're quick. You're also looking, were you? Watch and comment. Well, you're a treasure, Natasha. You really are. Yeah, you got to watch the bots. YouTube is Google, and Google knows when a bot is a bot. And a bot, well, it's not as bad as a troll. Believe me. Now, I hope you've learned about trolls today and you know how to stay away from them and how to protect yourself from them and don't go wandering off on your own in the woods. Leslie, my dear, you've just come in and I'm 15 minutes over time.